I will first explain to you on question one for assessment two, and then I'll open to all other questions you have um, for the third assessment or the current assessment. Thank you. Okay, we can start now. What I'll do is that I'll start with a small presentation on what this is. If you, if after this you think you still need a more formal, brief lecture, just let me know. I can do something a bit more extensive. But I hope this will be enough because I'm going to show you with the Excel file. Sorry, I may not speak as much as I used to be because I'm under the weather. Uh, okay. Do you remember this one? This is actually from our lecture 6 on electro system. We will basically play with four different electro system. Here in the question 2, we are going to these three. So first pass suppose as you know what it is, and what is emphasized on the question is the size of wasted wood. Now, if you move Malaysian system, first possible, to a Singaporean system called Party Block Wood, or in Singapore it's called Group Representation Constituency, what you effectively do is to merge them together, but you retain the formula, so it's still plurality to plurality, but the magnitude, if you have four constituency with one MP, now would be one constituency with one MP, right? The type of ballots is the same, but because now you're voting them all together, you're no longer choosing one individual over others, you're choosing one team over others. The number of ballots remain the same. Now, I want, and does anyone have any questions on party block vote? This is important because I want you to get it here before we move on to others. Anyone? Any questions? As I cannot see you from my computer, so I appreciate you to speak up because I can't, when I'm showing it, I cannot see your response. Anyone? Any questions? Can
Hey,
anyone answer me? Yes.
hey, Prof. This is Aisha. Good evening.
Good evening. Is it clear from first past supposed to party block wood?
I think I missed the minute, but yes, I hear you
Right.
clearly. But it's clear.
Okay. I repeat again for anyone who is not clear. Party block wood is basically aggregating first past supposed constituency. Everything remained the same except that you used to have, say, X constituency of one MP. Now you have one constituency of X MP. As simple as that. That's basically the simplest way to manipulate or to transform one electoral system to another. Is that clear, everyone? Thanks for Aisha. Other people, if you're not clear, ask me. Because what I'm going to show you next is a little bit more complicated. This is from party block vote to closed list proportional representation. Now, if you think about the Singapore case, you have a GRC, and now you want to make it closed list proportional representation. What's the main difference? The main difference is actually just electoral formula. Here, you let the largest group, regardless what's their vote share. They could be 30% of that electorate in Singapore and all the seats if the 70% majorities are all splitted into smaller groups. However, in the closest proportional representation, we are using an electoral formula, a different electoral formula called proportionality, or rather electoral formula in the family of proportionality. And everything else here you see is actually the same, right? Is it clear for everyone? I really appreciate some answer because I cannot see your response. So you don't tell me, I do not know whether you get what I say or not before I move to the next slide. Can anyone answer me, please?
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Prof. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Yes.
perfectly. And
I wish
yeah?
to. I'm Joey.
Oh, Joey, thank you.
Yes. I wish to clarify for party block vote so that I get my understanding correct.
Go ahead.
So, say for example, first past the post, we have one party and one
Mm,
candidate, and
mm,
for one area, there could
mm.
be multiple candidates representing
Yep,
from multiple parties. But
yep.
for party block vote, there can still be
Mm.
multiple parties, but instead of one candidate, right now it would be like 5 or 6 people in that group.
Exactly, exactly. So if your constituency have five vacancy to fill, every party can then or must nominate five candidates.
So in this case, it would be like for example, one P, if there's
Mm.
like four N's, so there will be four candidates. Is that how we see it?
One P mean
One
P
P,
is
the sorry, I don't know the technical term, the parliament seat.
okay. One constituency. You have one constituency. You have five vacancies, so the magnitude is five, and therefore, every contestant would have to present a list of five candidates.
Okay, so when you say there's five vacancy, the five it's tabulated from the number of N's, right? The state representative.
Okay. In this case, let go on here. I'm going to show you the Sabah example in detail, right? I just want to get it correctly. The magnitude here, you see the word, the
Yes,
second
magnitude.
row. Magnitude is the number of seats to be filled in a constituency. So in a party block vote, let's say you have five, then you have five seats to be filled, right? Then every
Yes.
every contestant, every party, they would have to put in five people.
Okay,
And
clear.
what is important is that all the five will win or lose together. You cannot
Okay.
say some of them win, some of them lose.
Okay.
Is that
Prof,
clear?
maybe,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Prof,
Yeah.
maybe clarification, Prof. This is
Yes.
Aisha. So
Yes,
first
Aisha.
past the post is the Malaysia system, correct?
Yep. Yep.
And
It's the same
party block
system you
vote,
have in UK, in India, and so on.
yeah, and the party block vote is similar to Singapore, correct?
Yes, specifically Singapore GRC, because
Yeah.
Singapore has some first past the post constituency as well.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, understand. And we are looking at your slide, the one that says tweaking and changing electoral systems, correct?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Now we move from party block vote to closed list proportional representation. Why do we want to explore this possibility? Is that in Singapore, party block would list it down and say, I want to have a multi-member constituency, more than one MP, so that I can force a quota. In the case of Singapore, minority quota. Some seats are exclusively they must have a member of someone from a Malay ethnicities and others from Indian and other ethnicity. So that's the idea. But the problem is if you have a even you have a straight fight, the loser could have 49% of votes, and yet they get nothing. All five seats is zero. So that's a bit unfair, right? Uh, the closest proportional representation, the idea here is to say we still want to have multiple member, but now we want it to reflect on the strengths of different party. So if you go back to 51 and 49%, two parties contesting, then a closest proportional representation would give the winner three seats and the loser two seats. Is that clear? Is that clear? Anyone else other than
Yes,
Aisha and Joey? Yes, who is this?
Yisheng.
Huh?
Yisheng.
Yishan, thank you.
Yeah.
So is that clear now that you know why we are exploring closest proportional representation?
Yes.
Now, if you have, let's say, Party A, the winner get three seats out of five, Party B, the loser get two out of five. Who are the one we put it there out of the five?
So you get 3 from the winning one, the one who got 51%, and 2 from the losing team.
Yes, right. Out of the winning team, there are 5 candidates. Which 3 would get to fill up the seat?
It depends. It could be number 1, number 2, number 3, and then the other one, they are number 1, and depending on the list, the sequence of the list.
Yes, it's actually fixed on the sequence. As what you say, it's the first 3 and first 2, right? Unless one of them decline or become ineligible, then the next one will fill it up. But the sequence is fixed. So that's the reason why we call it closed list. Is it clear now? If it's clear, then I move to the next slide.
Prof, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, so the sequence is determined by the party?
Yes, exactly. Determined by the
Okay.
party. Right?
Okay.
But for our question, you don't have to worry about that because we just merely want to look at how do you calculate what we call wasted woods, woods that are not translated into seeds.
Okay.
I'll come to that, right? We have the example, I'll show you that, but I just want you to get very clear about the concepts. Now, next, when we talk about proportionality, how do you calculate? There are many formulas, so what I'm going to introduce you is the most intuitive formula. The larger family is called largest remainder. So this is a family, and then a particular one, the one we use is called hair quota. Let me start with something very, very basic. You don't have to be worried about all this concept. I'm going to show you this is all common sense. Let's say if we have a constituency of 5 seats, the magnitude is 5. For you to win one seat, what percentage do you need?
20%.
20%. That's basic, right? Now, normally what we do is that we use the number to divide and say, when we get the percentage, we add it up, we end up having the answer, right? That's a normal division. You divide the numbers by the seats or by the candidates and so on. There's only one problem. If you use a normal division and approximation, sometimes the added total may be larger than m. I'll give you an example. Let's say after calculating the quota, we get 2.7, 2.5, 1.8. You add them together is 7. Agree?
Prof, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I think we're not seeing the screen where your cursor is showing.
Really?
We're seeing the tweaking and
You see my
changing.
screen, but you don't see my cursor, right? Okay. Now I'm at the second line. Normal division and approximation. The added total may be larger than m. Can you see that?
She meant the other way around. We can see your cursor, but not the screen you're looking at.
Yes, thanks for clarifying.
Correct.
Oh, you don't see my screen.
Now we see it.
Weird. Okay, I'll try again. Can you see it?
We only see your Harikota screen.
CLPR? Are you presenting that?
Can you
CLPR.
see this one?
CLPR is what we see, bro.
Largest remainder
Yes. Are you
share
seeing this
quota.
one?
Yes,
You
yes,
see
we are
this one,
seeing
right?
that.
Okay, all right. We are here. Okay. Just now, did you see the earlier one with 4 boxes?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, all right. Okay. Thank you very much. Now we are at the second sentence. Can you see normal division and approximation?
Yeah,
Can you
can.
see the sign? Okay.
Yes,
Now
can.
this is actually something you can use beyond electoral system. It's a very simple way of how do we actually allocate. Because let's say you use normal division and approximation, you may end up finding that you allocated more than what you could give. For example, let's say I have this number 2.7, 2.5, 1.8. You add together is 7, right? Do a count. Would you agree? 2.7 plus 2.5 plus 1.8, you get 7.0?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if we apply approximation, 2.7 become 3, 2.5 become 3, 1.8 become 2. You add them together, you get what? 8. Agree?
Yes.
Three.
Okay. This is very normal. So next time what you do, if you have a situation like this, you want to make sure allocation would not get out of trouble, would not give you any problem, go to largest remainder. The largest remainder idea is very simple. If you have a number before the decimal point, that's your integral, the full quota, you get 1. So 2.7, 2.5 plus 1 is 2 plus 2 plus 1, right?
Yes.
Is it clear? Is it clear for you? 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So basically, this three party have got 2 seat, and 1 seat. Now we have 7 seats to allocate. 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 seats have not been allocated yet, right?
Yes.
Agree?
Yes.
How do we give to them? We now look at the remainder, the number after the decimal point. Because we have only 2 seats, we need to pick 2 largest remainder. Who should we give to? The largest one is which one? 0.7, 0.5, and 0.8. Which is the largest?
0.8.
0.8.
0.8 followed by?
0.7.
Okay, so the 2.7 now will get 3. 1.8 would become 2. Agree?
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
Prof, your cursor is still pointing at some place. I'm not sure if I'm not seeing something or
Okay, all right. I'll go slowly. Can you see largest remainder? Don't worry about my cursor.
yeah, we
Follow
see
my
the largest remainder allocate for seats for the full quota.
yes. Yeah.
2, 2, 1, total 5.
Yes,
The
correct.
balance 7 minus 5 equals to 2. By the
Yes, correct.
largest remainder, yeah.
Yes, correct. So what I want you to see, we are using the same example on top, 2.7, 2.5, 1.8. If you use normal division and approximation, you end up having you end up offering or promising more than what you could give, 8 instead of 7, right? Rather remainder, split the process into 2. Anyone with a full quota, meaning the number before the decimal, you get 1. So 2 plus 2 plus 1, you get 5. Is that clear?
Yep.
Okay, since we have only 7 seats, after giving away 5, we're left with 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with the 2, we now have to choose between the 3 who to give. So we go for the 2 largest remainder. Now we look at the number behind after the decimal point. 0.7, 0.5, and 0.8. Can you follow me here?
Following.
Okay, so who should we give the 2 seats to?
I just remember.
Yes, which is 0.8,
0.8 and
0.7.
1.7.
Right. So now if I repeat this one, you tell me what's the latest, what the final they give, right? For 2.7, what would it be at the end?
3,
3,
3. Okay. 2.5,
2,
2.
2. 1.8,
2.
2. So you end up getting 7, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's largest remainder. Now, what is hair quota? Hair quota is just basically we use 1 divided by m. Because you can have others form like 1 divided by m plus 1, and they have a name called drop quota and so on. You don't have to worry. Hair quota is the simplest, the most intuitive one. Can you get this? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now we go to the Sabah example. Yeah, if you don't mind, show me your face so that at least I know you are still there and not lost.
I don't have a camera, but I'm here.
Okay, who are you?
Anim.
Oh, hi, good. Okay, and Prof. Gopu is here as well. Okay, what I'm going to show you is the Sabah situation. As you know that in Sabah we have 73 seats, right? We use first past the post. The question two, the reason why I have doing this is I want you to do the exercise. And therefore, if you can do it well, you basically will get, you almost guarantee somewhere around 70 or 80% of mark if you get it right. And to get full mark is possible as long as you know the logic. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just basically I'm going to show you how do we do it. I will use a subsample, a sample from the 73 to show the calculation. Your job is to do it for all 73 seats. Is that instruction clear? So the process is same. You can even copy my formula. I just want you to go through it, to think through what does it mean by transforming an electoral system to another system. So the idea here is for you to get through that everything. Now we're going to start now. You have this, right? You have this, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is the whole file. This is a simplified version for you to play with, all right? But if you are really conscious, you are really curious, you want to know more than this, you can look at this full extensive file. So this one is for your own knowledge. This is for your calculation, so you don't get lost in case of too much complexity. Now, the task for you is to ask, what is the wasted wood in every constituency? Now, can anyone tell me what is wasted wood?
The vote that are not winning the seat.
Yes, right? So let's say I give you an example. We start with here. I'll enlarge this. Can you see total value woods?
Yes.
This is for the seed Bangi. The total value wood is 5,544. What it means that these are the woods that we're going to count. The spoil wood are not included, right? Now, who is the winning party? Is GRS. What is the number of GRS wood share?
2484.
All right. Can anyone tell me what is the wasted wood?
Have to minus, I think.
Yep.
Oh.
You're correct.
Minus.
You're correct. If you minus it, that's correct.
3060.
Right. Good. If you want to count a percentage of that, how do you count?
2484 over 5544 times 100%.
Now, then you are getting the winner share. The loser
Oh.
share should be -1 minus that number.
Is it the total electorate?
Oh, that
No,
means
no,
the
that's only the
wasted lah.
electorate. This
Oh,
is
no.
all the people, but they do not do this.
Okay.
Just now, someone give me the number 5544 minus 2484. What do you get?
3060.
3060 divided by 5544 is
55%,
yes. So how can you interpret to me what does it mean? 55% in Bangi?
meaning 55, the 55% of the total votes are wasted and doesn't get the seats.
Exactly, right? The 55% of the voting electorate in Bangi did not get a representative, did not get any representation, right? Now you do the same, you'll be able to calculate all the 73, right? Right?
Yeah.
But you might want to create a column here. Because why? I want you to calculate the total. So I'm going to show you what it means. Here, I'm taking a sample of 11 constituency. If you know a bit of Sabah, you look at the map, Kota Kinabalu going a bit north is Pangga. Going a bit south is Putatan and Penampang. So these are greater Kota Kinabalu area.
Okay.
So what I did is that I calculated the winner votes. And how do I calculate the winner votes? I even give you I even give you a formula. The formula is, hello, yes? Any question? 1/5 over AJ5. Let me see. Yep, this is a winner. Can you see? This is a past guy, Ali Akbar, who won 754. And then these are the wasted wood. These are the percentage. Now you have to accumulate the wasted wood here. Then you divide by what number? Divide by total valid woods. H16. Can you see this? This is how I get. You need to do all of them for 73. All 73. Is that clear? Is that clear for everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Prof.
Right. Very simple, right? You basically, I just want you to do the exercise. That's it. Now, and I can't do it for exam because I won't be able to guide you. That's why I leave it for your part two, for assessment 2. Now we are doing a simulation, assuming that whole Sabah becoming a group representation constituency, the Singapore style, right? So what I do is that add all of them together. But you remember now what we mean is that this is no longer 11 constituency. It is actually one constituency with 11 adun. I should have make it clearer. So this one, it should be, I'll change it here for you. So one state constituency with 11 representative. Is it clear? Now what we do is that we sum up which party that get all this. And the largest party is Warisan. The total valid wood here is 208,194. Warisan got 82,219. This is Warisan woods, right? These are the wasted wood. You use 125 divided by 208, you get 60.51%. Can you do the same for the 73?
But how do you group them, Prof?
I group them by calculating the total by parties.
So that means, so for the simulation, right? The Greater
Yeah.
Kinabalu, you have this group, right?
Yeah.
And then how do we group the rest?
Okay, so if you're going to do for whole Sabah, right, you're just going to be Sabah, one state constituency with 73 representatives.
Okay, but
You get
this is a okay. No, I don't get what you mean. Sorry.
Okay.
Because this one you have put together, right?
Yep.
So they are considered like this whole group is going to win, correct?
No, this all 11 constituency now become one, but instead of
Correct.
voting one adun, they have 11 adun.
Correct.
Clear? Right?
Yep.
So what we do is that we calculate all the votes in every party, right?
Yep. That one I understand.
Okay, so now we
Yeah.
look at which party is the largest. So if the way you want to do here,
Okay.
I could actually use a formula. Let me show you a formula. I can use max or I use large. Large. And then I go back from here. This one. This is AJ32. I start with I32, right? Large I32 to AJ32. 1 mean the largest. If I go for second largest, I put 2. Can you see? 8219?
Yeah.
Now, 8219 are the winner woods, right?
Correct.
And the loser woods would be, actually, the loser wood should be this one. The loser wood should be, sorry, I could have made a mistake here. The looser wood should be G32 minus, okay, sorry,
AK.
AK32, exactly. Oh, no. This is the one that I'm looking at. H, not G. H, H32.
H32.
Yep, 64.51. I think my calculation was right. I just
Mm.
didn't use that. Yeah. Get it?
Yep.
So you're going to do it for 73. Here you're going to write Sabah, one state constituency with 73 representatives.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Now I understand. So that means it's only just, you just chose 11 for us to do the example, but we're going to do 73. So that means
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
understand. Okay.
Exactly. So the calculation is very simple, right? Once you understand the calculation, the rest is depend. That basically get you that basically get you a pass and a strong credit, and then the rest of it, if you just fill it up and you can tell the story, you get a distinction, right? Straightforward question. Now, the more challenging part is this closed list PR. Where do I get the number? Okay, can you find 20,434? Can you find the 20,434?
It's in column J.
Yep.
Sorry, column I.
Column I, here, right?
32.
Which is GRS, right?
Okay, because just now we cannot see the heading.
Yeah. What I basically did is actually I copy here, and then can you see my cursor? Can you see all the bar,
Yes, can see, Prof. Can see.
Okay, so what I'll do is then I'll do a copy. I'll show you the step I do, right? Then you can catch up. Next thing, what I do is that I paste it with number, copy again. Can you see this one? Transpose. That's how I basically get the number.
Okay.
You see it? Right? That's how I get the number. Now, when we get all this number here, I go all the way back up to here, right? All this 00, everything I include, right? Even though some of the party did not join here.
Mm.
And what I did here is that I basically show you how the step that I've gone through. I delete all the 0 and so on, except this PBM forgot to delete. Now I'll delete it for you. Oh, the reason I did not delete is so that you can actually keep them if you want to. So I'll leave it here. What you're going to do is that you're going to have the 73 numbers here. You add them together, but remember, I have given you a clue somewhere. I have given you a clue somewhere here. Can you see this bottom?
Yeah, parties and independent candidates.
Right. So everywhere here from PH to UPCO, these are the party that are going to get some seat. What you want to do is that over here, you sort them out. You sort by, you have to transform it a little bit. You basically move all the seats that are not relevant and calculate them as the others, because that makes it easier for you. But there's no harm for you to do a whole list and just a bit more work. So once you have done that, you basically get only all this, right?
So when you say
And
not relevant, Prof, you mean the one that gets 0? The one that's 0?
yeah, if you have 73, you won't get 0. Every column at the bottom here, would have some number. If you have 73, I'll show you here.
Okay.
Now, if you come back to here, can you see everywhere have number?
Yep.
Right? And the independent one, they are not from one party. So we just basically list them up. They happen to be 1, 2, 3. And then over here, we calculate 69.11. What I'm saying is that you only need to take this guy out. Is in Inanam. Inanam is here somewhere. Spanga. This is a guy, 6489. You can find his name or whatsoever you want to put it there. I think you just do a bit of go to search online, find out who is this guy. I'll give you that the website to search this if you is Wikipedia or either dashboard.spr.gov.my. Right? Get this guy's name. Everyone else other than the number that I have mentioned, you can just treat them as others. So I go back here. I hope you're not lost. You're going to have a list that would have only 11 people, 11 group. I can tell you which are the one. Here up to here, these are definitely in because I give you 11, right? I have calculated, that's why I know. Peace, GIS, UPCO, okay. So these are the party that you would have up to here. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And then you would have UPCO somewhere. BN and UPCO 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. There's one more party. Star Sabah Warisan BN UPCO KDM SCPP. Okay, I forgot SCPP. So and the last guy is that independent. So you're going to create a list like this. And I'll show you what happened just now. You calculate all this wood percentage by overall. This is not 208. Here is 208, but the one that you're going to do, it will be the whole Sabah, right? The number is this 1128970. Fill it up and calculate all this. The hair quota here would be 1 divided by 73. And then the rest is just basically you can copy, you get the full quota. Full quota is, you can use even this formula, truncated, meaning that you take it out, anything after that, this one just minus, and then you can sort them out to decide which is the highest, lowest, and just add the seeds, and that's it. So this part, we're going to get you a bit more work, but it's actually very simple. Okay. Is it clear for people?
Prof, I have a question.
Yes.
For the second one, right, the group, may I know why is it stated as 9 seats instead of 11 seats?
Where?
Scroll up.
Go up. Where?
Okay, on the right.
On my right?
To the right, and then come down slightly.
Go down slightly.
Yes, is that the second? I think to the left.
To the left?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anak Negeri.
Right. This should be my mistake. Thank you very much. This should be 11 seats.
Okay.
This is 11 seats. Basically means that not Anak Negeri who win 11 seats. It should be here. I think here. Warisan that win 11 seats.
Okay.
Right?
Then
Is it clear?
yes, it's clear. Then for the total, the remainder you chose 5, right? So let's just say in this case there's 2 remainder of 0.62.
How do you know which one to choose, right? Look back at
0. Like the third highest and the fourth highest. So
I get what you mean.
Should we
You're
use
looking at
more
this,
decimal
right?
points?
You look at this, right?
Yes.
Now, the reason why I use this percentage is because it's easier than for you to look at this. But ultimately, we are looking back to the words, right? You see, 0.62 here looks similar, but you compare the words, which is larger?
Star.
Yeah, that's why star get third highest and PN got fourth highest.
Okay.
Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Now, what about others? Okay. If you are attempting this, because I really want to encourage people who never play with number to play with this, because once you get used to it, you know how to make sense of politics, electoral politics. So for those of you who think that you're not sure of the number, you can even check with me before this Sunday. You can, of course, check with each other. And the fundamental part is for you to understand how this to be transformed. But the last part, to make sure you get a HD, 12 or more out of 15 marks, is your understanding. What about what happened to the wasted wood? Now, what I would expect you to fill in your answer, all this is a calculation, right? The one that you're going to put in your answer is just simple like this. This is for first past the post. Can you see? People, can you see this?
Can see.
Yep. You just give me this for 73, right? That's quite a long list. And this is it. You do the same thing, but now this is, okay, I should change it. So this is one state constituency with 11
Reps.
representative. Yeah,
But ours will be 73 lah.
exactly.
Correct?
You got it right. As simple as that. So these two are really, these are marks to be given away lah. No challenge at all, right? You just make it Sabah, one state constituency with 73. Now this is the one that what you eventually will show me. You show me the percentage of votes, Remember that you're going to put one guy called the independent here. You replace that guy with his name, or you put independent. Just replace that guy with his name lah. Easier.
Okay.
And I could tell you that guy is ranked exactly 11. Then others is just basically everyone else. The number would be larger than here, but you could see that why they don't make sense because that they are much smaller. You don't have to do the calculation. I have done it for you. Therefore, you just pick the last independent, and then you show me who is the first, second, third, fourth highest, and just add them up. Is that clear? With this tree, then your interpretation is here. This first past the post is 57.353%. If you have a GRC, it becomes 60.51%. If you have CLPR, look at the percentage. What's the percentage here?
6.
6. Why? Because basically, as long as the one you supported, either the party or the candidate is not too small, they get something. This is how electoral system works. Now, is this clear for everyone? I'm going to close this, but you have further questions, you can always ask me. This year, I have students who are very, with great initiative, they even check the answer way ahead to say, am I in the right directions? Yeah, I'm not going to mark all those who sent to me now, but I definitely can pick it up if there's something wrong so that you can make your changes and so on. As I said more than once, that we don't intend to fail you. We want to help you to enjoy the process, to feel that I passed the test because I know exactly what I have learned. So I'm going to close this for now. Oops. All right. Where have I? Do you still see the scene? No, right? Okay, I closed it already. All right. So Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, it's
This
clear.
is almost away a question. All I need you is to run through all those things and understand exactly what it means.
So, sir, summarily, can I say that closed loop representation is the most efficient in reducing wasted votes?
Yes. Yes. In reducing wasted wood, yes. But you have to see this has come back to the questions of what your normative preference is. If you want to have a more consolidated party, CLPR is probably not what you want. What I want to show you is the electoral system can be changed very easily.
Prof,
Yeah.
say
Yes.
for example, just for the sake of exploration, I just want to explore this. Can this be shared in the whole class, or it's only for those who are interested?
Say again. Say again. I didn't get your question clearly.
Oh, sorry. I just want to ask if, say for example, I just want to explore this question.
Yes.
It's not uploaded yet, right? The Excel file.
Oh, the file is already the file has been shared in the WhatsApp group, right? Did you not get it? But we certainly
Ah,
can upload it on the we can certainly upload it on
yes,
Elan.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even would upload it on the Elan.
So
Okay.
we'll need to keep the spreadsheet file for the exam as well, Professor?
You can actually just show me the final outcome. I'll share that file again, right? But if you feel like you want to attach it so that I know what you have done, is fine too. I'll show it. I'll add it again.
Okay. So there will be a question similar to this for the exam, correct?
No, no. This
No.
is only for assessment 2. Because it's so complex, if I'm going to give you an exam and ask you to do a video, that would be too demanding.
Okay.
The
Okay.
reason why I put in as assessment 2 is that you have time to ask me. You can double check. You can play with it. You are not stressed by it. This is more of like a giveaway question,
Okay,
right?
understand. Thank you.
Yeah. But if I give you in exam, that you probably feel stressful. That's not the purpose. Let
Thank you.
me show you what I want to show you. In your script, what you need to give me is just basically 3 table and your interpretation, right? But if you want to attach your Excel file, that's perfectly fine. This is the sample. Table 1, first past suppose. Table 2, this is simulation. Group representation constituency. Table 3, this is table 3. I'm going to reshare with this in the group. And table 3, this is wasted wood under CLPR. Just these 3. Is that clear?
Yes, Prof.
All right. I'm going to talk, we have about 10 minutes. I'm going to talk about what you might want to pay attention to for your exam. I know that's the reason why most of you care about, right? And so insofar, we try to cover every important topics that you have learned across the 3 assessment. So I'm going to give you roughly where we're going to touch on in your final. On my part, it wouldn't be an exact question because otherwise there's no reason that you are doing a test, right? But you can learn about the scope. Remember in lecture 3, we learned about separations of power. We look at 2 main systems, how the elective and the executive, the legislative and the executive branches are organized. Remember that part? So there will be 1 questions,
Okay.
right? um, in lecture 6, we talk about electoral system. In your first assignment, you have the questions about women. right? How do we increase women representation by tweaking electoral system? This one, I get you to play with the number. The final questions, we're going to ask you what kind of system that will make certain SDG topics electorally more significant than other systems. Right? If you go back to the lecture notes, that's quite clear cut. So basically, I tell you which part that I'm focusing on, but I cannot tell you exactly how the question is asked. It's an open book anyway. You have 72 hours.
Prof,
Yes.
you mentioned just now the second question is around the electoral systems and you mentioned women, right?
No. Women is in the first assessment already, so I won't ask you again.
Okay.
Right? I won't repeat all those questions because no point. You
Okay,
see?
so you mean in the lecture 6 you mentioned electoral systems, correct?
Yeah.
But it's not going to be on women because it was already asked.
Yes, and it's not going to be Sabah because I already asked you, right? Not
Okay.
about electoral system transformation. I'm going to ask you for that question is that some topics, some SDG topics are not popular in certain electoral system. But in
Okay.
other electoral system, because they are sort of niche topic, niche concern, in other electoral system, the minority voices can actually find representation. So that's the kind of question I'm going to ask.
So like for example, green parties.
Yeah.
Okay. So difficult. Okay.
Because we have 3 assessments and we basically have enough questions to cover almost every important topic.
So no
The-
calculation, right,
No
Prof?
calculation. That one, you see, for your final exam, to ask you to do calculation is too complex because you also have a video
Okay.
component, right? The
So
whole
two
point is
questions.
you to articulate your
Okay.
understandings.
So only 2 questions for the
No,
exam, Prof?
I have 2 more questions.
Okay.
I have 2 more questions that I would also ask you something about the challenge on contemporary democracy. You see, this is something incorporated almost everything. People think that the contemporary democracy is not working. You have people like Trump's and the far right party winning because they don't trust the public, don't trust the elite. They think pluralism is a threat, right? That's one. The other part is that people buy influence with money. So democracy is being condemned and say it's a game of the rich people, right? It's overall critique on that. And so it's something for you to think about how should we respond to this kind of question. Should we abandon democracy or should we find a way to make it work?
Yeah, very nice question. I personally really like that question. Looking forward.
Because I want you to think through all this and remember whatever your preference is your preference. You won't lose mark because of your preferences. I would
Okay.
judge your writing, your answer by your rigor. How far can you actually put forward your argument? I have my preference, but I'll check on my preference to make sure it wouldn't be unjustly disadvantaging you.
And Professor, would you also recommend to present both sides of an argument if we?
Oh, it depends on how the question is asked.
Okay.
If the question asks you to give a balanced answer, then you should do both. If they ask you to say take a stand, then you just pick one. But remember, even you make your case, you need to indicate you are aware of other opinion. What it means is that let's say the question doesn't ask you to be balanced and asks you say make your case, then you talk about your position, but you should address ideas from the other side, just not in very detail. You know what I mean?
We cannot be so biased in our answers.
It's rather I want an informed answer.
Right, correct.
Because it's hard to say what is biased, what is not biased, right? But I can always say whether you are informed or not informed. Not informed means that you only know what you like, you do not know what other people think about. You have no answer to all those questions. That's uninformed, right?
Correct.
You can have an answer to know. I know exactly how they think, but this is why I disagree. That's informed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Hi,
Okay.
Prof.
The last. Yes. Sorry. Who is this?
Sorry, Niklesh here.
Nick. Yeah. Nick, I
Okay,
never seen your face, right?
yeah, no, I was actually driving and I was listening at the same time.
Okay. Where are you
What
at this
I
time?
just reached home, literally from
No, I
work.
mean it's like in Malaysia or
Yeah.
okay. Right, your question?
Okay, just now coming back to the question regarding contemporary democracy, right?
Yeah.
I just want to understand that it's basically for in a way, is it like a school of thought?
I can't give you the detail, but it's actually something more reflective about the system. You could sort of say, well, I don't think this whole thing works, then you make up your case. Or you could say that there are ways that how we can fix the system, make it more workable, so that get in a little bit more on, say, institutional engineering side.
Okay, understand.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
And this are because you have 72 hours. I want you to think through what it is, argue your case. Right? This is perhaps the most open one because that I do not box it into a particular part, but I combine different things right at the start when we talk about democracy and so on. Now the last question, it go back to this sort of paradox that why do we need unelected institutions in democracy? When we talk about the consent of the government, you want people to have a say and to translate their preferences into the conduct of government through election, right? But then at the same time, we have unelected institution. What is the argument?
So this would be revolving around the notion of the deep state as well.
Not exactly. It's related, but not exactly. I wouldn't have to, we wouldn't repeat the same question because otherwise there's no reason for you to learn new things.
Right, correct. Because that was in assessment too. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So to balance out between the first, or rather the earlier question, this would be seen as the other side of the flip coin
Not
in a
exactly.
way.
The third question was much wider because I would give you a chance of which direction you want to go in. So it's something that you can blend in your overall knowledge and things and what you want to write. The point is for you to integrate your knowledge. The last one is a bit much more specific to look at the reason why we need unelected institutions.
Right. Okay, understood.
Yeah, if you look back at the two lectures on unelected institution, you know where I go.
Understood. Thanks, Prof.
Yep. All right. Any other questions? Anything else you want to ask?
Do we have to answer all 4 questions or we pick?
No, you have only one question. You have to only pick one. The reason why I give you
Oh.
this is that so you actually have a choice of what you want to pick, right? And Prof.
Thank God.
Pupu is going to share you the broad direction, broad scope as well. We are not giving you specific question. Anyway, you have 72 hours, right?
Okay, so that means one question from you, Prof. Wong, and one
No,
question from
just
Prof.
one question from both of us.
Okay. Now I'm
Right?
I'm
Because
having
you
less
have a
stress now,
longer,
less palpitation.
yes, you have a longer essay, you have a longer video, therefore, it's very straightforward. But the whole point here is that we want you to enjoy the process, right? Not just sort of like, I have to pass this. To pass it is actually not difficult. What I really hope you would do is that you interrogate all this issue and say this is how I articulate, how I formulate my understanding, my preference, and how I articulate it, and try to convince your marker.
So, Prof, it's one question we pick and one video.
Yep.
Our answer
That
will just be in the
you
form of one
okay.
video. How long is the video?
Not longer than 10 minutes. Okay. The difference in your first assessment, you do the video first, right? And then you have a very short write-up
The summary.
summary. As the is the introductions posted on your YouTube, getting people to read your story, right?
Yeah.
To watch your video. This one is the other way around. You are writing an essay, and then you want to do a multimedia presentation.
Okay, so just a more elaborate summary with referencing and everything. Yeah, just an essay.
Uh, the first assessment is basically a video
Mm.
with a write up. This one is an essay. This assessment, the last one, is on essay. But then I want you to say after writing this, imagine there's this. You write an op-ed. It get published. People are very excited, but some people say, I think reading your op-ed is not as effective than listening to you. Can you record something to tell us what you want to say? So this is the third assignment.
Okay. Sorry, Prof, you mentioned the first assignment, the write-up. Are we supposed to add it with our YouTube on the YouTube description?
Yes, yes, yes. No, 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 no.
No, no.
The third assignment is basically you have the whole thing, and then you're going to do a video, not longer than 10 minutes. You post it on your YouTube channel.
Yes, yes. No, that I understand. I'm talking in reference to assignment 1, because you just mentioned that with assignment 1 for the description, the summary that we wrote and turned it into the turn it in, does that also have to be in the YouTube description for our video that was uploaded for assignment 1? The 3 videos? No, right? Because we uploaded the Word document with the link anyways. So the Word document is what will be marked, right?
Yeah. What I expected from your video is just a brief at the ending, a brief list of your references. But if you have done it in your write up, you don't have
Yes.
to worry much. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. Sorry
Yeah.
for the confusion.
Yeah. I would consider that. So yeah.
Prof,
Yeah.
sorry, I was confused as well. For the assessment one, what I have thought is an an essay, put it into the presentation with showing yourself the whole time and presenting. Is that correct as well, or it's how it depends on us how did we present it?
Well, it's basically you tell the story in answering the questions, and then you have a short write up.
Oh, because I
Yeah.
thought there's a presentation like a PowerPoint presentation. That's what I understood.
Yes, that's a PowerPoint
All right.
presentation.
Okay. All right. And this
The write
time,
up is more of like attracting
summit.
people to go in to watch your YouTube, right? Because your YouTube is 5 minutes, so they look at what you have summarized, they may feel interested to watch, or they think that it's a waste of my time because I don't know why I want to spend 5 minutes. That's it. But assessment one is water under the bridge. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And we are not here to punish you. So if you have put in your effort, we would not be too harsh. All right? Don't worry about it.
And then for the assessment 3, it's more like presenting by yourself and then
Okay,
putting
the
your
difference
points.
between assessment 1 and assessment 3 is assessment 1 is a longer essay, require you to do more thinking and so on. But then because it's richer, so your video tends to be longer. That's it.
So it's no presentation at all, just you talking
Oh,
about.
it's up to you. It's up to you. Up to
All
you.
right.
I mean,
Okay.
I would think that if I'm in your case, I probably would do a presentation because that probably helped me to convey my point more effectively.
Yes.
But some people probably would be just so great that they're going to show. You see, the difference here is that it's not that you're going to do. You're not going to be a newscaster and just reading up the news, right? Even you do that news reporting, you probably have some images behind you. You get the point?
Yes.
Yeah.
right? So something like that. And is it still public or unlisted?
Oh, same. You can
Unlisted.
make it. Uh, you can make it unlisted if you want to. But it should be there, so people should be able to find yours and sorry, find. How should I say? I would actually think that you should leave it open at least for your friends.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I have how you call that, a concern, because it's a government agency with it's a bit
Oh, in your case,
yes,
okay.
yes,
If in
yes.
that case, you can make it unlisted. If
All right,
you
okay.
have specific concern like this, just let me know. You make it unlisted.
All
That's fine.
right, okay.
Yeah. Right. Any other more questions? If not, I pass to Prof. Kupu. Sorry that I haven't sent you back. That I've been down with a cold for 2 days. Prof. Kupu, would you want to take over?
Hi everyone. Thanks, Prof. Wong. I think I have had only 3 lectures, and therefore nothing much to discuss. But I would like to summarize perhaps what we have gone through. We looked into. I think I'll also tie it up with the kind of questions that will be asked on later in in the exam. I think it's quite important for us to understand, especially here, lectures 9 and 10. Reason being, I think lecture 5 was on local government, something like that, yeah, decentralization and all those things. Although that's important and that's already been tested in assignment 1. In the upcoming ones, I think it's important for all of you to look into stages of policy making, and we have looked into 2 types of stages here. One, which that has evolved from agenda setting, formulation, adoption, implementation, and evaluation before it goes back into a revised agenda setting. Into the next one, which is often called a policy making cycle, similar to the earlier one, but this one has got, after the policy evaluation, there's policy change and policy termination, if at all. And after that, it goes back to agenda setting. Now, one interesting change that you may want to look into is the Prime Minister's, Malaysian Prime Minister's recent, I think was it yesterday's announcement of waiving the need for, the, what do you call that, Prof. Wong, that tax thing, e-invoicing, right? E-invoicing, and it has been, the mark has been raised to 1 million. Only then it will require the, what do you call, the e-invoicing. And all this, I believe, was an outcome of what happened in Sabah as well. And also
Exactly.
some kind of pressure that is happening. There is so much of heat that you can feel within DAP now. So much of things are happening. So in the next 1 or 2 days, many things may happen or may not happen. We're not sure. You may apply that into this kind of policy making cycles. And what is important here is not only these 2 diagrams. It's also to embed the important keyword called innovation. Innovation has to come in and in policy making. And I'm trying to summarize as simple as possible as what we have gone through. And innovation in policy making, we have looked into the triple helix, which is a basic model of innovation, to quadruple helix, where we add the context of society until it goes into the quintuple helix model, which adds the context of nature and environment on how it affects society. And I believe this would be good enough. But we also we must also take note of the importance of the interrelationship between the civil society, businesses, media, academic, and so on, where we touched on the systems theory, which evolved from what you call political dimensions into policy making, and where we also touched on the need to look into Habermas' public sphere, where it talked about the importance of various players in the society, and also emphasized on the need for the public in policy making. And I think this quite important in understanding how policies are made, and that again we can use the what you call e-invoicing thing, where the input was to increase, for example, increase the tax revenue for the federal government, and it goes into a system of implementation and into output. Then review came in for whatever reason, or also by means of feedback, and it goes back into input, saying that this is not so good, it's going to backfire and all that. So this goes into a revised policy and into a revised system of implementation that has set a higher mark now, which is 1 million RM as an output, and see what next comes out. And it is it doesn't stop there. It's a cyclical process in getting things in order. And also important here is we need to know the demand side theories versus the supply side theories on the need for government. I think I touched on this in the lectures. I think it's quite important to look into why do we need governments. And along the way, important it is for all of you to also look into the need for engagement with the society in the principle of inclusiveness, of getting every stakeholders involved. And I've touched on this on in sharing a number of experiences on social impact assessments, where findings help in making decisions whether a project should be approved or otherwise. In most of the cases, about 95% of the cases, most projects that are proposed by the project proponents, let's call the project proponents the developers, they may propose industrial development, housing development, or commercial development, a new township or whatever it is, or mixed development. Examples like that, based on some guidelines, some of these proposals will require social impact assessment, some will require environmental impact assessment, some will have a series of other impact assessments. I usually call it other IAs, high impact assessments. For example, if there's going to be a reclamation of the sea, say island, to come up with islands. And usually this kind of reclamation, because it it involves waters on the sea. It normally involves governments. For example, like Penang State government, initially they proposed 3 islands, and ding dong over all the political interferences. Finally, only 1 island was approved, and but on the other hand, the approved island is an enlarged version rather than the original version. Now, why I cited this Penang example is it involves many other IAs. For example, fisheries impact assessment, heritage impact assessments, the health impact assessments, marine impact assessments, social impact assessments, and many others. Now, findings from all these impact assessments will have to be put together by the authority concerned, and to see whether now can this project, the proposed project, be approved. And it is simply so easily said, but a lot of work goes behind the scene, involving too many engagements with the people by means of quantitative and qualitative engagements. So I would rather say, I think that should be enough to cover. In fact, that was covered in all the lectures, especially lecture number 9 and number 10. I believe that's all I would like to share.
Thank you, Prof.
And as Prof. Wong has already mentioned, I think there'll be 2 questions from my side, 4 from him, and total 6. You need to choose only one. One of the 6. Okay. Prof. Wong?
Prof. Kupu, so hi, this is Aisha.
Yes, Aisha.
So Prof. Wong gave us a view of what the potential 4 questions are going to be. So what's the other 2?
Yeah, if you, I'm pretty clear that it's going to be on lecture 9 and 10, but if you could just be a bit more specific, what you might not ask at least.
That might be a little tough, but let me put it this way: that if okay, one of it could be like the social impact assessment, how the impact assessments were done, and how who are for example, who are the people engaged, the stakeholders in other words, and how could therefore decisions be made on any projects that you are referring to. So it's a process. Yeah, it's a process. The whole idea is to one, at the end, an approval is sought to carry out that project. In order to do that, how did the social impact assessments, how were they conducted? Who are the players concerned? For example, their residents, their commercial operators, industries, and various other stakeholders, and the modes of which the data has been collected, and what were the findings? Findings tells you what? Were there objections? Were there support to such projects? And therefore, how were the decisions made? That's about it. So this all about social participation.
So, Prof, follow-up question. So it's like a scenario. You give us like a scenario, and then we will be. Is it like a case study? Like a case study?
Yes, no, but case study you will have to choose yourself.
Okay. So okay,
You
I
have to find
understand.
yourself. You have to find yourself.
Okay, so that means the question will be around how we use the process and what we've learned in that lecture,
Yes.
and then we
Yes.
choose our own case study.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do we go to find this case study? No, I'm just thinking there's a lot of case studies, but to get quite a lot of data and information, would it be where would we have to go?
Okay. In Malaysia, I think in overseas, I think there are a few. You can. It's not fair for me to provide that. In Malaysia, I think there's one. Okay, social impact assessments are not required by the law to be made public. So far, it's not. It's unlike environmental impact assessment (EIA). There is, depending on their Schedule 1 or Schedule 2, one of it will have to be made public. It has to be uploaded into the online, and then people provide feedback and kind of stuff. Since the law for now and SIA is only about 7-8 years old, unlike EIA, which is almost 40 years old, there's no need for this to be made public. I will try to see whether I can give you one or one of it where you can download and you can look at it. But that is only that's also provided you are interested in this area.
I'm very interested in this area because it's what I mean, basically I practice SIA for my company. But then so if the data is not easily available,
What does your company do?
Oil and gas.
Okay, oil and gas. Okay, oil and gas. There are so many such studies done with SIA requirement and all that in Sabah, Sarawak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that means so we need to go for SIA cases that actually have enough information for us to answer the question lah.
Yep.
Okay, understand.
Okay, the question will be very much on process. Process, yeah, it's process and that helps in decision making.
The case study, Prof, doesn't have to be only in Malaysia, right? If we can find some.
It can be anywhere. It can be anywhere.
Okay.
The examples that you gave are mostly on development, like road or shop or buildings. Can we also consider like forestry?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, again, it doesn't mean it's only for development or something. Forestry, plantation is all included. Just now, Aisha mentioned about oil and gas. Of course, you can, anything that goes. But what I need and emphasize is emphasis on the process that followed from beginning to the end when decisions were made. Okay.
Prof, I'm just wondering as well. Now I know you mentioned more towards like case studies and whatnot. So, I'm just wondering, like for development projects, like infrastructures and all that, also can be considered as well, right?
Yes, definitely. But do you have access to such reports?
Not in any particular details lah.
Okay. To answer your question as well as by Aisha, you can look into social impact assessment for Westport, something to do with Westport, Malaysia. It's online.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Prof.
Westport, Westport. That's more
Yeah.
for port development, expansion of port.
Okay.
You can refer to that.
Okay.
That one I know of that person, and he uploaded online, knowingly or unknowingly, so it's available.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Prof.
Transparency.
Now, the reason
The
why
sixth-
people do not want to, I'm also a consultant. The reason why people don't, the consultants do not want to upload, one is it's not required by law. Number two, we always feel that we better engage with the people who are related to the project in the area that we are studying, for example, within 1 km, 2 km radius or 3 km radius. That is very much more focused rather than opening up the can of worms or whatever, and everybody jumps in, and suddenly people object here, object there, make all sort of criticisms and all that. Although it's in the name of transparency, it invites unnecessary, what do you want to call it, comments, which then makes us look like fools. And then the other thing is also to ensure, to identify who is answering. Are they the related party? Are they coming from this area? Or are they coming from some 300 kilometers away? And they are just there because they are, people who are very environmentalists. They don't want this thing to happen to another part of any part of the world or any part of the country. That kind of stuff. So I'm not defending that, but that's the reason being what's going on. So but there is a move now. There is a move now that slowly trying the pressure groups, trying to pressurize the government to amend the law concerned to ensure that SIAs are also put online. Okay.
What about the sixth question, Prof? So you gave us the SIA one. What is the second one?
Wow, this group is very good. Pramod, you led it that way. Okay, I mentioned, is it, okay, why, I think in lecture 5 also I raised this question. Can there be a time when a situation where in time to come, governments may not be required anymore? All right, but that is to begin with. I touched on the demand side and supply side just now. Look into that. On the need for government. I can't go more than that, please.
Yeah, that question very difficult, Prof. So never mind. I won't answer that question.
Okay, all right. Choice is yours. Okay, all right. I think that's the more we discuss more coming out from my mouth.
I think we have given enough hints at where you should prepare.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can't give you a
You
question.
have 72 hours, so you don't really have to worry. It's more about helping you to think in advance roughly where the part that you might want to focus on.
Profong, are they required to do the referencing and all this?
Yeah, same.
Citation?
Same.
All right,
72 hours, that's definitely.
Yeah. I think I want to mention this two flaws that FLAWS that I found in assignment 1, at least in my section, questions that related to mine. Some didn't have references, no citations. Some did very well. with citations, academic kind of writing, and some videos were just showing the face, no background images, no information. It's just the person speaking, like narrating. That's it. That shouldn't be the case, lah. So those were the two major flaws that I found in assignment 1.
I would encourage students to look at the marking rubric in your course guide. We have marks for different parts. So if you do not fulfill it, then certain parts you just won't get marks. For example, some questions are more explicit, other are less, but they're always marked for specific example. If you want to argue a question, because otherwise you just purely based on theoretical logic, right? So empirical understanding is important. And just as a basic skill in writing, you should be able to write an introduction and conclusion. Introduction is to foreshadow what you're going to say next, prepare your readers to expect what to come, and you have signposts along the way. And then conclusion is to remind them this is a take-home message. That's not the part where you throw in new ideas, right? So these are basic things, and what I would suggest is like it would be good for you to always put your questions, copy and paste your question right at the top. When you write, always look back and say, "Am I answering that question?" Right? These are very, very basic things. So you write, then you get the marks. But if you simply just fire, tembak, whatever you know, just look at the keyword, then at most you may do is just passing. Yeah. Any other questions for either Prof. Kupu or myself?
Prof, you mentioned you were not well, so sorry to hear, but when do you think we're going to expect our first assessment result?
Tomorrow or Wednesday, the latest. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry. If there's no question, then we end here.
May I ask clarify one question? Is specifically to Prof. Kupu's on part B of question 5. I just want to clarify on what do you mean by outcome of the tensions in non-state actors? Do you mean the foreseeable friction between the stakeholders?
Oh yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. You raised the question and answered the question as well.
Oh yes. So the question is coming from question 5 of assignment 2. Sorry. So it's I would like to clarify what do you mean by outcome of the tensions in non-state actors. So tension, are we expecting to determine the potential friction between the stakeholders?
Also the outcome of the intended policy. All right. And it doesn't mean that everything that is introduced will be well received. There will always be different players, including deep state and so on. And that's what the outcome is that comes out. So that's the tension that we are talking about.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. Okay, Prof. Wong.
Any
Good
other
night, everyone.
questions? If no, then we end it here. All right. Thank you very much. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof. Wong. Thank you, Prof. Kupu.
Thank you so
Hatta,
much.
if you want to do
Thank
an
you.
assignment, you are also welcome, even though you're only sitting in.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.